locked, but for the last 3 years, that chat had been a ghost town for me. When my sister got her partnership at the law firm, the chat exploded with celebratory texts. When my brother bought his condo, my parents sent endless paragraphs of praise. But when I opened my digital design studio, the only response was a single thumbs-up emoji from my dad, followed by months of silence. I wasn't broke. I didn't live on scraps. I made decent money doing high-end 3D character design and brand assets for tech companies. I lived in a comfortable apartment and paid my bills on time. I just wasn't prestigious by their standards. To them, if you didn't wear a suit to an office, you were just playing on the computer. But this morning, a major global gaming franchise announced they signed my studio to handle their entire next launch. When I walked into the private dining room at the restaurant, the energy shifted instantly. Leo. My mother stood up first, rushing over to give me a tight hug. Look at you, you look wonderful. Why haven't you been calling us? I've been working, Mom, I said, taking an empty seat at the end of the table. My dad cleared his throat, adjusting his watch. We saw the press release this morning, Leo. A global franchise. That's serious business. I always told your mother your digital work had potential if you just stuck with it. I kept my face completely blank. Actually, Dad, when I asked you to look over my business plan 3 years ago so I could get a bank loan, you told me to stop chasing cartoons and go get a real corporate job. Table went dead quiet. My sister, Sarah, tried to smooth it over with a forced laugh. Oh, come on, Leo, Dad was just looking out for you. But look at us now. The whole family is thriving. Actually, my firm is looking to do a massive brand overhaul next quarter. I told our director that my brother is a huge deal in that space now. We should definitely collaborate. She slid her phone across the table, showing a draft budget for her firm's creative department. I didn't push the phone back. I just looked at the screen, then looked up at her. Sarah, 3 months ago, I submitted a proposal to your firm's marketing team through our official channels. You were CC'd on the email. You replied to the thread saying, we require agencies with a more traditional corporate structure. You didn't even tell them I was your brother. Sarah's face went completely pale. Leo, that was just a standard corporate policy. This is business too, I said quietly, leaning back in my chair. I hadn't even touched the menu. My studio's monthly retainer is currently 4 times what your firm's entire annual creative budget is. Even if I wanted to take the contract, you literally can't afford my team anymore. My dad slammed his hand lightly on the table. Leo, that's your sister. There's no need for that kind of tone at a family dinner. You're right, Dad, I said, standing up and buttoning my jacket. There's no need for a tone, because there's no need for this dinner. You didn't invite Leo, your son. You invited the headline, and the headline has a tight schedule tomorrow. I tapped my knuckles on the table and walked out before anyone could say another word.